Number 4, live stream. I wonder if it's the P word that has been getting me kicked off of YouTube, which, by the way, would totally make my point about shame and about women feeling shame. Of course, they would of course, that word is gonna get flagged if that's the word, I don't know. Thank you, Alessio. Thank you, Revi. Hi, everyone. Okay, I said I was gonna stream for an hour. I don't know how long I've been streaming for because this is now the 4th one. TS175. What is going on is that someone keeps reporting us to YouTube's community guidelines. I think I don't know. I've never been kicked off of a live stream before, but I've been kicked off of 3 today. They keep saying that we're violating the community guidelines. So I don't want to keep doing this because I am worried that YouTube may come back and punish me eventually. They might say, like, hey, you kept conducting live streams. Yeah, I'm thinking it may be the P word, which again, shame, 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 shame. Call it an axe wound. Call it a beaver. Heaven forbid you call it a word that's actually like associated with like gentleness, cats, and joy. And also obviously associated with calling people keeping people down, oppressing people, using that word to challenge people's masculinity. But like, I'm kind of in the belief of, I kind of am in the belief that we should reclaim that word. Thank you, Tyler. Tyler's posting the application form. So if you have questions that you want to ask me, and I obviously am not able to promise that I will get to them during this live stream because we keep getting turned off. And right now we only have 34 people on. We had like 190 before. So I don't know. I wonder what we can ask people to do. I wonder what we can ask people to do to let YouTube know that they are messing up. I don't know. I guess you could send them a message. I guess you could send them I don't know. I honestly don't know. I know how to tattle on someone, which, by the way, I'm tempted to think that part of the reason that we keep getting kicked off is because this is a I don't even wanna say it. I noticed that there are a lot of other male dating coaches that do way more salacious, like, shysty, like, just kinda almost, um, vulgar. I'll use the word vulgar. Like, I don't think I do vulgar. We do talk about sex. We do talk about intimacy. Um, But there's people out there that are doing some, like, really vulgar stuff, and they seem to get away with it, and then I come on and I'm trying to, like, hold a space where we can actually answer some people's questions about how to, like, have better marriages, and, like, I don't know. So I apologize. I'm not gonna rant about it any longer. It's very frustrating. I think that hi from Florence. Firenze. Um, thank you, James. Poop is right. Yeah, I've never done Twitch before, but would you all follow me if I went to Twitch? Would you I literally watched Twitch for the first time yesterday. It was like an Insomniac live stream. I attended a music festival on Twitch. This is an educational site. I'm gonna do more Zoom calls. You make a good point, David. The only challenge with Zoom, of course, is that you have to be on my email list because I can't rely on YouTube to like I can't, there's no way for me to send you a notification. How many of you are here today because YouTube's popped up a notification that was like Caitlin V is live right now. And then you're like, oh, I will pop over and check that out, right? If I do Zoom calls, which I do really like Zoom, and they can't shut me down over there because I pay for it. Uh, then so we can do Zooms, but of course they will only be Thank you, Tyler. The Zooms will only be available to people who are on my email list. So if you want to be on my email list, go to bettersexcoach.com. There's like a free advice tab, or if you go to caitlinbneal.com/newsletter, you get on my email list. I don't really send you all that many emails. Um, Mostly just hey, heads up, I'm doing a live stream. Although for those of you who are on my email list, I did actually have a major email snafu this past week, and that was all my fault. But I owned it because you know what? We're all adults. We just make mistakes sometimes. Zoom does cost money, but it doesn't cost you any money. It costs me money, and I already use it because I use it with my one-on-one coaching clients. Hey, Bruce. Um, yep. So, anyways, we are doing a Zoom. We are doing a Zoom. We're doing a Zoom launch party for my Make Her Squirt Female Ejaculation Masterclass, which came out, but is you can't buy it yet unless you're on my email list. I'm only sending it to people on my email list. It'll come live for everybody next Friday, the 17th. And also on the 17th, we're hosting a launch party over Zoom. So it's going to be like this. So you can see me, but on Zoom, I'll be able to see you. So I'll see your handsome face. And your wife or girlfriend can come too. So we can have couples on there. We'll have people. You don't have to show your face. I just want you to because I just want to see you. All this time I've been talking at you and I see your name, John from Kansas, and someone posted about being kinky and I can see that you're here, but I can't really see your faces. I can't really like feel your energy. Um, thank you, Edward. Edward, if you're I will just give it to you straight. For lasting longer in the bedroom, I have a whole universe of tips for you. I do have an Instagram. It is Caitlin Victorious X. Yes, Zoom is awesome. You find me on Instagram. I could do lives on Instagram. Instagram, they might kick us off too. There's no guarantees, right? Like this is the challenge of being an adult in 2020 is that you can't talk about sex on the internet. So please find me on Instagram. Be sure that you're on my email list if you like this, because again, there's no guarantee. If YouTube decides we can't do this anymore, then they just cut us off. At least if you have Instagram, or at least you follow me on Instagram, or you're on my email list, I can shoot you an email and I can say, hey, forget that live stream. We're going over to Zoom. I'll see you over there. I'll be on from here to here answering questions. I don't know. We'll talk about it. So the Make Her Squirt Master Class. Yes, if you want to be in the launch party, or we'll be doing more of this, then you got to get it before next Friday. And the only way to get it is to be on the email newsletter list, caitlinbneal.com/newsletter. And you'll get a free guide too, as like a bonus. I haven't given away free guides. Okay. Should we take a couple more questions? What do you guys think? We never reached, we're at 68 people right now, and I'm so appreciative of every single one of you. We lost a lot of people, but I'm glad that you're all still here. Thanks for staying with it. I know, where did Casey go? Casey was being so active in the stream. Alessio, thank you. I see that. All right, Josh, awesome. I know you had some questions. Okay, someone did ask me about the NoFAP movement. Okay. NoFap, I'm going to give the briefest intro, is essentially a movement that at its core is about changing the way that men interact with sexual material, porn, and themselves. And so NoFap is a reference to fap. And NoFap challenges men to engage in no PMO, which is porn, masturbation, orgasm. And a lot of men are drawn to NoFap because they feel that they are suffering from a porn addiction, or they've got like erectile dysfunction. They're like they are young and healthy and otherwise able-bodied, and they're experiencing erectile dysfunction often because of their relationship with porn or premature ejaculation. They're not able to perform the way that they want, or they're just experiencing some challenges in the bedroom. Could be performance anxiety, could be a lot of different things. And the NoFap movement is really about and I'm speaking really in like general terms. There's probably people on here who are part of it, who are regulars, who are in their program. But at its core, it's about restricting your sexual activity so that you can restore your sexual wellness to a more optimal rate. So I'm curious here, who has any experience with NoFap, or who's tried to do the no PMO, no porn, no masturbation, no orgasm? Josh, I saw that you asked a questions about medications there. Yes, a lot of prescription meds have a lot of side effects on our sex life. Me, okay, a lot of you. So what was your experience like, everybody? Like, what did you find that NoFap, or, not engaging in PMO? Oh, red pill. We will totally talk about that in just a second. Did you find that not engaging in PMO was beneficial? Did it help you to recover and have a healthier, better sexual life? Zen Mood says drop in arousal. Edward gave up porn 8 years ago. Alessio said, I think it's not useful. I love your videos. Thank you, FD. Sex drive went through the roof. Yeah. Very beneficial. Yeah, it helped me. It works and I recovered. Awesome. Awesome. So yeah, I think if you're really interested in NoFAP, they have a great website. And if you want my help with that, apply for coaching. That's the best place for us to work together. And if you're in my masterclass, like come when you want, I recommend against using porn while you are working on your sexuality. So if you're working on ED or you're working on PE, then then I ask you to quit using porn so that you can focus on what's going on in here and you can bring porn back in later. Once for a year, someone took a vow of celibacy. All right. Okay. Um, Came a lot more quickly. You need merchandise. What kind of merchandise would you like to see? Like my face on a t-shirt? Some porn is really artistic. And I would never say porn, like saying that porn is bad is like saying like, I don't know, drugs are bad. Like drugs are not bad. If you were in a hospital and you were getting a surgery and they are going to knock you out and then give you morphine and help you to recover, like that's not a bad use of drugs, right? Someone who's addicted to opiates who can't get off of them, who really struggles and their quality of life suffers, that's bad, right? Not all porn is bad. It's just the way that we use it. And I really compare porn to like sugar in my own life because I've had a big battle with sugar over my life. Um, it's just something that our bodies didn't evolve to have constant access to. And now we do have constant access to it. And we are like monkeys. We're not able to like self-control and self-restrain enough to, are you like these? To really control our relationship with them. So just because sugar is always available doesn't mean I should be always eating it. Porn does the same thing. Did I answer the opposite libido question? Yeah, I talked a lot about how women are not turned on. I wonder if it was the P word, everybody. Would be interesting. Anyways, if you and your partner are experiencing different libidos, and if your partner has been sexually very disconnected from you, I went to school in Indiana, Andy. Um, if your partner experiences a low libido, I would ask her and ask yourself, is she living a turned on life? Is she like feeling into the feminine? And if not, then it can be part of your responsibility to create that space for her. You can't do the work for her, but you can help her to locate it for herself. You can point her in different directions. Okay, the red pill. So, yes, thank you, someone who is trying to give answers there. The red pill, if you all remember the famous scene in The Matrix where Morpheus gives Neo the option to either take the blue pill or the red pill. And the blue pill, I believe, is like go back to the way things were. And the red pill is to like learn how things really are. So like blue pills like go back into the matrix, which like he can't do because he's the chosen one. Or red pill is like learn, pop out of the matrix, come hang out with us. We're gonna plug you into the machine, teach you all the things, and then like eventually you'll discover your fate and you'll be the one and you'll lead us all in the revolution. Anyways, I liked those movies a lot, if you can't tell. The red pill movement it uses that language to describe a kind of loosely collected um, group of ideas, ideologies, and thoughts that describe a relationship to masculinity and manhood that is more based in. I'm going to be really particular about my words here because I don't want to get this wrong and I don't want to mischaracterize the movement. I would describe it as a idea about like men being men and reclaiming masculinity. That's the part of the red pill movement that really appeals to me as a coach that works primarily with men is this idea of like men have sort of been sold a bill of goods about how they're supposed to be and the red pill is like here guys like let's get back to how we really are. And some of that includes just like um, upholding that like men are amazing beings who have this incredible ability to like harness the masculine and the masculine as a whole like divine masculine is about consciousness, it's about goal directedness, it's about like no bullshit straight for the like it's about bursts of energy, it's about um it's about being a protector. It's about holding a space. It's about being a container. It's about being like the constant and the stillness, as opposed and the structure and the order. Whereas feminine would then be like the chaos and the storm and the liquid that gets held by the container and the diffuse attention that goes off on all directions and men and women, male and female, yin and yang, like these are universal polarities. So I want to again backtrack, don't get caught up in the words in particular, because no man is like the divine masculine, no woman isn't. We all have a little bit in both of us. Think of the yin and the yang, and how there's a little dot of the black inside of the white and a little dot of the white inside of the black. And I really like, yes, give your girl a thumbs up if you are enjoying this. I really like the red pill because it really encourages men to like step up as men. Now, here's the thing that I think that a lot of people miss about this is that it is not about returning to the ideas of masculinities in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, right? Because even those were jacked up, all right? I don't know about you when your dad was born. My dad was born in the 40s. And I know for a fact that his ideas of what it meant to be a man are part of what killed him early in his life. He had to go and granted, he got drafted. He didn't have a choice. He had to go fight in the army, but then he was never able to like feel his feelings and like feel the he went to an army. Like he saw shit that I will never ever imagine seeing. I hope, pray to God, that I'll never see in my life. He witnessed human suffering. He took part in human suffering in a way that he was never able to forgive himself for. And part of that was again that he was a super strong man. Like he could never acknowledge all the pain and the suffering that was his right to experience. Like it was okay for him to have experience. It was okay for him to feel guilt and shame and bad and sad. But so much of what he like repressed, and instead he smoked and drank, which a lot of guys do, right? A lot of men. I bet some of you are smoking and drinking a lot more under quarantine too, right? Because like heavy drinking, that's a man thing, right? I don't like feel pain. I just get drunk, right? And I'm not shaming anyone if that's been your thing. Like there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is that that's an old school version of masculinity that's like a leftover from 40s, 50s, 60s. And I think actually what we're seeing emerge, and this is what I think the red pill movement really could be, is a new version of masculinity. Andre said men have been emasculated in the PC generation. I think that I'm going to be really careful. I think it's not just that men have been emasculated. Yes, there's truth to that. I also think that men have emasculated themselves. Well, a lot of the time this gets framed as like women did something. Like women took kicked men in the balls and made them weak and feminine. And like I don't think that's it at all. I actually think that men decided to like give up the ropes a little bit. And they were like, I don't want to step up and fully become a man. Like, how do you know you're a man? How do you know you've gone from boy to man? Like, women, we get our period. I know I'm a woman. I bled one day. Done. I mean, it's not that simple, but I'm making a point here. Men, how do you know? When did you become a man? Was it the day that you made your first paycheck? Was it the day that you picked up your first weight and grew a bicep? Was it the day that you had sex for the first time? Like, are any of those what you really want to consider tied to your masculinity? Like, your being a man is so much bigger than your ability to build muscles, make money, and please women. It's so much bigger than that. It's so much bigger. And to be fair, women's femininity is way more than just their ability to have periods and bear children, right? We're huge. We're within you is an entire universe, right? And so what happened to men, I think, is that it became really, really tempting to be the boy version, like grow up and to be a man child, essentially. It was really easy to do that because, damn it, it's hard to be a man. Your country asks you to go and fight and die. Like just that in and of itself, men work, they have the most dangerous jobs. They work on power lines, they work in mills, they put their bodies on the line every single day to provide for the people that they love. Like it's not easy to be a man, it's way easier to be a boy. Just the same way as it's way easier to act like a child than it is to act like an adult. So when I think of the red pill movement, what I really see it is as a call to adulthood. Yeah, women and children first on the sinking ship. You are expected to freaking die for your community and for your tribe. And that's always been that way. That's like that's scary. That's really, really scary. And it's a huge ask. And it's, yeah, raising a child, loving your family, taking care, protecting your wife, being faithful when you don't have to be, protecting, taking care of your children instead of leaving them because they're a woman's responsibility. Like, this is hard stuff. We're not talking about light-hearted things. I thought I saw Tim on there. We're talking about pretty heavy stuff that men get asked to do. And like, dang, it's pretty tempting to want to say, "Nah, thanks. Pass." And I think that's what the red pill movement is about. Is it's encouraging men to say, "No, we don't pass. We stand up." If you guys, if you, am I off base here? What do you think? Tell me. Tell me. Am I right? Do you agree? Am I crazy? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a like. Let me know. I love you guys too. I was not able to save the previous live stream based on what the email that YouTube sent me. It looked like they just deleted it, and I'm increasingly believing it's because I said the p word, which is wild. I know that YouTube is they analyze the voices. Okay, thank you guys. Frankly, I surprised you. That is an ideal version of the red pill. Well, I mean, the red pill is an idealist movement. They would say they're a realist movement, but again, I think that your definition of real, my definition of real, that guy's definition of real, my roommate's, like, everyone's gonna have a slightly different, like, version of what real is, and therefore realism is a entirely subjective movement that is based entirely on individual perspectives. And therefore, anyone that says that they are a realist, I usually feel like they're just someone who hasn't taken the time to thoroughly research the opinions that they have and instead just insist that they're the real opinions. It's just real. Look at the DNA, look at the chromosomes, look at the evolutionary record. Guess what? You can look and look and look and look. Each of those things are fractals. You can look at the evolutionary record in this guy's book and that guy's book and this girl's book and this girl's book and this girl's book and Europe and Asia and South America and North America. We all have different ideas, and we're going to continue to make more and more ideas. It's a beautiful thing about research and science. We're going to continue to come up with new theories and new ways of understanding and new ways of explaining evolutionary biology and how women are women and men are men and what the difference is and who's in between and who's neither. And we're going to continue to generate more and more ideas. And bravo. So which one of those ideas is real? The only thing that's real is the thing that you decide for yourself to be real. And the only goals that are worth striving for are the ones that you know intrinsically you are worthy of you and your time and your attention and your energy. And I happen to believe that a very worthy goal that is definitely worth striving for is to embody a version of masculinity that makes you feel so proud, so deeply connected, and yes, challenges you to be your best every single day. All right, soapbox. Thank you for coming to my second TED Talk. Should we take a couple more questions? I'm going to take the most recent questions here. Can't have sex without me or the woman taking a lot of people have sex, shower, smell things. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just a matter of kind of working through those. Again, that's a longer answer. Long distance marriage. Types of food to eat before sex. I would say eat the foods that help your cardiovascular system. Are always going to be beneficial for sex. If it's beneficial for the rest of your body, it's beneficial for sex for the most part. Circumcision, I don't believe it is necessary. Open marriage, I believe it's totally worthwhile. Takes a lot of work. I think a lot of you are having amazing questions. Send me a application. Make sure that you're on my email list. Going through a breakup. CJ, my heart goes out to you. Anyone who's going through anything right now, breakup, sex challenges, like just facing that their partner doesn't want them or it feels like you're being rejected all day, every day under quarantine. My heart goes out to you right now. I want you to know that you're not alone. I want you to know that I'm here to support you. I'm going to continue to be here to support you. Did you guys like this live? Give me a thumbs up. It was a little bit of a logistical nightmare getting kicked off of YouTube, but I wanna be here to support you guys. If I could give you all 1 hour of my time, I absolutely would in a heartbeat. I'm just wanna be here to answer your questions. I know that not everyone, has access to high quality information on sex and sexuality, and I am here to give you everything that I can as often as I can. Sign up for the email newsletter, you'll get notified when I do live streams. Maybe we'll do a Zoom. I love that idea. It will just be for us. People who are on my email list are the only people who are coming to the Zoom launch party that's happening on Friday. So if you want to be invited to that, you got to get the Maker Skirt Masterclass, and you can come to the launch party. Okay, I know there were so many amazing questions that I didn't get to. Again, I'm seeing them right now. They're phenomenal. I promise that I will give you more live streams, more time, more attention, more energy, more conversations. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in to 4 different live streams. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you have amazing weekends. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you so much. Mwah. Bye, everybody.